Good morning. I'm forecaster Kaylee Hunt in for Chase. He does have the morning off. And taking a look at the Doppler radar, yes, we are waking up to a little bit of cloud coverage here in the viewing area. But let's take a look at the temperatures. Now, they are warmer than average. Average is supposed to be in the mid to upper 60s, and Marfa and Alpine right at average. But for the rest of us, we're just slightly warmer than average. Midland, Odessa starting out the day at 75. And just seeing where we are now compared to where we were 24 hours ago, there really isn't that big of a difference. Just about a 2 to 4 degree difference here in the Permian Basin. A little bit warmer, but south of I-10 showing up just slightly cooler in Marfa, but still not by all that much. But seeing how warm it's going to be and when we're going to get into the 80s, well, that's going to be by lunchtime. Around noon here in the Permian Basin, we're going to be in the mid to upper 80s, 85 in Midland, Odessa, 86 in Big Spring, and then south of I-10, still a little bit cooler in the mid to lower 80s, but then, well, by 5 p.m. we're going to be in the 90s. Midland, Odessa will be at 94, Big Spring 95, Pecos 96. It's definitely going to be another hot day in the 90s. But looking at the wind speed, it really hasn't been all too windy all week long, and today isn't really going to be an exception. Throughout the day, the wind speed is going to increase into the lower teens south of I-10, but still in the single digits here in Midland and Odessa. And even throughout the day until later on in the evening, it's still not going to be windy in the Permian Basin, only going to pick up south of I-10 along the southern border and hitting Alpine and Marfa. But I've been saying this all week. The dew points are right where they need to be, meaning it's not going to feel as dry as you're heading out the door this morning. And even as you run errands later on in the afternoon, it's not going to be that bad because dew points are in the mid to upper 50s or if the mid to lower 60s. And what that means is there's some moisture in the air, so that it isn't going to be feeling as dry as what we're really used to. And even later on in the evening, around 6 p.m., the dew points are still going to be in the mid 50s, so they're right where they need to be. But seeing if we're going to get any rain in the forecast, well, we do have a little bit of cloud coverage south of I-10, but that is going to make its way out of the viewing area, and it's going to be another warm, another sunny day. And even later on around 4 p.m., a little bit of storm activity, but that's going to be outside of our viewing area west of southeast New Mexico. And then later on by 11 p.m., still not seeing any storm chances, which isn't good news because, well, we really could use some rain, especially in Midland and Big Spring, because they're showing up red on the drought monitor, meaning they're showing up extreme. But here's a look at the forecast for yesterday. We were closer to average with a high of 93 degrees, but today it's going to be just slightly warmer. Our forecasted high here in Midland, Odessa is 98, and that's going to be the same for the rest of the viewing area. Temps are going to climb up into the mid to upper 90s, so be sure to try and stay cool. Northern Basin will be 95 in Lamesa, 98 in Andrews, 98 in Midland and Odessa, 99 in Barstow, Pecos 98 in Valmarais, 97, and then you have Alpine at 92 and Marfa at 91. And here's a look at your 7-day forecast. And, well, today is the first day of summer. Woohoo, with a high of 98. So at least we're starting the first day of summer in the double digits, because Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, we are going to be in the triple digits. So I'm kind of thankful today is going to be 98. It's a mild, yes, it's hot, but at least it's not in the 100 degrees for your first day of summer.
And it is better than 108 that we're expecting later on this week.
On Saturday. So, I mean, if you do have to run errands in the afternoon, I would do it today instead of this weekend, definitely.
Take her advice.
Yes.
Thanks, Kaylee. Well,